Welcome back, friends, to Vincent Gigi's Super Channel G. I'm so excited to show you this. Wow, that's how excited I am. Falling over to show you this incredible Wave 2 of this Avengers Endgame Marvel Legends. Just so incredible. Look at the figures that are in here. I can't wait to get started and show you what this unboxing looks like. So guys, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below. Hit the notification bell next so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. Man, this is such an incredible set. You're not going to want to miss this. And talk to us in the comments below and click that share button so you can share this video with everyone who you think would enjoy it. So guys, why don't we go ahead and get started right now.
It's so nice to meet you, Gigi.
Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi, Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G.
Vince and Gigi from Super Channel G. I will see you on the TV.
Congratulations on all your success.
Super Channel G.
Welcome back, friends, to Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. And I can't tell you how excited I am to get this Build-A-Figure for Hulk series of Marvel Legends started. The ones from Avengers Endgame are definitely the ones that I'm super excited about. And even though Shuri says Black Panther, obviously we know she came out in Infinity War and in Avengers Endgame. So I can't wait to get started. And right before I start, I want to let you know that got all of the, well, I guess most of these at GameStop. And just so excited to finally get these. Was toy hunting, found 3 separate places, and here we are. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a look to see who's in this set, and then we'll take a look at everyone one by one. So of course this is the Build-A-Figure set for Hulk, also known as Professor Hulk from Avengers Endgame. And in this set we have Marvel's War Machine, Marvel's Rescue, Shuri, Rock Python, Union Jack, Beta Ray Bill, and Loki. And this is of course comic book Loki. And they look just so outstanding. I can't tell you how excited I am, in case you can't tell. But absolutely wonderful. These just dropped. And so check them out at GameStop or ThinkGeek. And there are probably other places, but this is the first place I found them at. So let's take a look at War Machine. This is the very first one in the set. If you notice, he does not have a number, because he does not have a Build-A-Figure piece. He is the first set, and we've seen that start to become kind of tradition with Marvel Legends, that there's one that does not have a Build-A-Figure piece. And so if you'll notice, the one corresponds with this midsection and torso and chest. So obviously that's the one the Rescue has, and 2 is this leg, and so on. So let's look at this beautiful package. Look at this beautiful figure that we have in here. Just so outstanding. And of course this logo right here for Avengers was created prior to the movie being released, when we didn't even know what the name of the Avengers movie was going to be. So we didn't know it was Endgame yet, and it's still on the packaging of most products, especially the Hasbro product. So here is this beautiful artwork for the War Machine from Endgame, and the War Machine from Endgame was just so like beefed up and just huge and strong and bulky looking. He was almost kind of like a in between like Hulkbuster and War Machine from the old, right? So it looked absolutely outstanding. And let's see what the back says. Look at this beautiful artwork right there. Just looks absolutely outstanding. We have James Rhodes in there, aka Rhodey, Lieutenant Rhodey, right? And let's see what it says right here in the back. It says,
Marvel's War Machine. When the fate of humankind is at stake, there is no mission too great for U.S. military officer James Rhodey Rhodes, aka War Machine.
And he looks absolutely outstanding on here. And let's get him open. Too bad it doesn't come with Rocket. Wouldn't that be awesome, just have Rocket here? Okay, so let's bust him on out. Let's take a look and see just how unbelievably outstanding he truly is. So, here it is. Let's get him on out of here. And let me tell you, I've been waiting for this action figure for a long time. So we have this, which is the shoulder cannon. Look at that. Let me actually get a little bit closer. Look Look at this awesome looking shoulder cannon. Look at that. Doesn't that look outstanding? And let's get these two arm cannons. And he definitely, they beefed him up so that he can just look absolutely sick in this movie. He was huge, he looked fierce, everything. So, first of all, look at this awesome head sculpt. Doesn't that look absolutely outstanding? We'll see what sort of head articulation we have, because it looks like he's definitely restricted a lot of, wow, he actually moves side to side pretty well. And let's see, and his head actually moves down pretty well. Look at that. So he's got absolutely outstanding articulation for the fact that he has this right here restricting it, so he can still move his head really well. Okay, look at this beautiful, beautiful chest piece. Wow, and look, and it turns pretty well there. It doesn't really articulate too much, but this is War Machine. We don't need him to be nimble like Spider-Man. It does not move at the waist, it moves here. Alright, and let's see in these arms. Wow, okay, so this is like a soft plastic. It's glued there, so obviously I don't want it to tear. And it looks like it's slightly coming off just because I moved it like that, so be careful. Obviously I didn't know that that was going to be the case, and now that I look at it, I still wanted to see back there, but I don't want it to start tearing off. Now you can always glue it, but obviously that's not the goal. Okay, so it moves here on the high part of the bicep, just above it. The arm does move out pretty well, so that's awesome. It spins obviously all around, way around. It kind of clicks softly, but it's got a smooth, it still moves smoothly. And then it almost goes to, well, I guess not almost, but 90-degree angle would be this much, but because his arm's so bulky, it only moves up this much. It has one big fat joint, and let's see, the wrist turns and does move in and out. Look at that. Look at this beautiful looking hand. Look at that. And so this one has the hand open with, I guess that's the repulsor right there. That's so awesome, right? We could try to just paint that white ourselves. Look at this beautiful hand on here. It's basically a mirror image of the other side for this, except it's got this military logo right here. And I love how we can move it right here. So that's awesome. Look at that. And we can also move the hand like that. So this looks so great. And look at this beautiful detail. Look at that. Look absolutely outstanding. Looks wonderful. Alright, and let's see. The legs. There is a double joint right here, but there's a lot restricting it. You'll notice. It's a big heavy duty joint. Look at that. But I'm glad, because that's what we need. And then there's a little bit of ankle pivot, but it's because of this that's restricting the movement. But it looks so great, looks so amazing. Moves on the upper part of the thigh. Look at that. And the legs move quite a bit. You'd be surprised how much they actually do move. So this War Machine is instantly one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures of all time. Look at that. Doesn't that look absolutely astounding? So let's go ahead and put this cannon right here. Looks like it just pops right on in there. Look at that. Now it doesn't look like it moves up and down. It only turns side to side, but nonetheless looks great. And here's these guns. They look like they're kind of curved up, so I'm like pushing on them to curve down, but probably just from sitting in that plastic. So I'll put this right here. Look at that. This is just a huge, big, sick gun. Look at that. So absolutely outstanding. Very reminiscent of our Titan Hero series, except with some hardcore articulation. But like these guns right here, look at that. So here's this awesome, incredibly awesome War Machine. And I think this pose is definitely just more than good enough. Look at that. So he's gonna be like, bring me Thanos also. Alright, that's unbelievable. Instantly one of my top Marvel Legends of all time, not just this set. Definitely worth it. Has no Build-A-Figure piece. Who cares? This is one of my favorite Marvel Legends of all time. So we're gonna set him over here. Let's see. Right over here. Alright. Oops. Sorry guys. Alright, let's move on. Next. Let's see what we got. We actually have Rescue So here it says Marvel's Rescue, obviously we know. And so this is Rescue. This is Pepper Potts in her Stark Tech Iron Man suit, right? And look at this beautiful artwork on the side. Gwyneth Paltrow, when she was wearing this, wasn't that absolutely outstanding? And you know what? I'm gonna get just a little further back. We'll zoom back in a minute so I can get a good view of this box. Look at that. Looks absolutely wonderful. Beautiful artwork. And look at this figure, looks absolutely great, doesn't she? All right, so let's read the back. Let's see what it says. Here it says,
Marvel's Rescue. From CEO of Stark Industries to powered by Stark Tech, Pepper Potts protects world order in her own rescue suit designed by Tony Stark.
and man, does this look great. And so we got this basic figure not too long ago to kind of hold us over. And as cool as it is, there's a lot of similarities, but it is nothing when you compare it to this Marvel Legend. But obviously there's the price difference. This is only a $10 figure right here, and of course in a 2-pack, which comes out to $20. But this one is, depending on where you get it, Walmart would be like $18.84. To GameStop would be $23.50, I believe, something like that. Or if you get a comic book shop, they might even sell it for $28. So just keep in mind, depending on where you get it. But this figure is definitely, obviously, a huge upgrade. All right, so let's see what's going on here. And wow, look, we have this piece, which I guess is interchangeable with that one, I guess. Cool. All right, so let's pull out our Hulk Build-A-Figure piece. And look, he's even got this awesome paint job of chest hair. Mark Ruffalo chest hair. Look at that belly button. That's pretty accurate looking as far as I can tell. Or not accurate necessarily, but lifelike. Look at this. Just an absolutely astounding sculpt. Astounding. So, look at that ab crunch. Alright, so come back and look at that. Let's get Rescue on out of here. And so, I'll just look at these first, because it looks like this back is the one that you just put right there. Looks absolutely great. Or, I'll put this one back. We can have this one, which has her with the flying where it opens up. See? It's the same thing, but opened up. Oops, why am I out of focus? There we go. Same thing opened up. We'll put that right here, and I love the way these look opened up. Look at that. And too bad she doesn't have any open hands. That's kind of what I was really looking for, so she could be blasting. Why wouldn't she? Okay, let's move all this aside. And let's take a look at our rescue figure. Okay, set that aside. And look at this absolutely gorgeous looking rescue figure. Let's zoom in. Look at this head sculpt. Looks everything like we remember, right? It's his articulation. Has absolutely outstanding articulation. Look at that. All the way down. Tilts, pivots, moves side to side. Looks absolutely great. Look at that. Again. So look how gorgeous this figure looks. This looks absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's see what sort of articulation we get. Wow, that's great. She's even got double joints in her arms, where a lot of traditional female figures have only a single one. This one you can bring in more than 90 degrees. And let's see if we can bend this part of the arm. Look at that. Just absolutely outstanding, astounding, marvelous articulation. Look at that. Now, the wrist is restricted by this piece right here, so just keep that in mind. But look at this absolutely wonderful articulation. Look at that. You can be like, "Urgh." Flexing. Okay, so look, we got some great mobility here. Turns at just under the rib cage. Does not move at the waist, but that's the movement, and then turns right here on the high part of the thigh. Now this part does restrict a lot of movement. It only moves about that much, look, and then turns. So, but once again, it's another Stark Tech suit, so you don't necessarily, armor suit, so you don't necessarily need that Spider-Man type movement. So just keep that in mind. Okay? You know, Spider-Man's Stark suit is definitely different because that one's made to be very nimble and high mobility. So we got double joints here at the knees. Look at that. Look at this knee guard. Looks awesome. Look at this beautiful boots. And look, we got some great mobility here. Oops, pinched my own thumb. And then does pivot. It does. So this is such a great figure. Look at that. And the arm's kind of loose now, which is unfortunate, but it's not ridiculously loose. It still holds its pose. So I'm gonna have her posing strong. Look at that. There we go. Look at that. Maybe we'll have her with her fists up. Look at that. And then let's have her posing strong. There we go. And rescue looks absolutely wonderful. Okay. Let's bring her back like that. Spread the legs at a nice strong pose and kind of leaning forward-ish. And let me tell you, compared to this figure, which has minimal articulation, except it does have the open hand. That's one thing that I did really enjoy about this one. This is all that this one can do. But just so we can compare the two. Oop, can't even get this one to stand up. Take a look at that. Let's bring it on in here. Definitely looks absolutely outstanding. Alright. Tell me you didn't love this rescue action figure. This looks absolutely astounding. Look at that. Alright, so let's put her right over here. And look at that. We can turn her just a little bit, depending on what angle you're looking from. Look at that. Okay, great. Let's move on. And so next we have Shuri from Black Panther, also Infinity War, also Endgame, and I'm sure Black Panther 2 and all sorts of other, maybe Young Avengers, I don't know. But she's definitely going to come out in a lot of movies, and definitely one of our favorite characters from Wakanda for sure. Look at this beautiful artwork. Look at that awesome war paint she's got going on there. Look at her battle suit, her battle braids. Everything looks great about this figure, and look at her panther blasters. So let's read the back and let's get this open. So we got Shuri,
The mastermind behind some of Wakanda's most advanced technologies, Shuri designs and distributes vibranium-powered gear to Wakanda's greatest warriors and allies.
and man, does this look amazing. All right, let's get her out of here. This was one of the first figures we got in this set, and she looks just incredible. Look at this. Doesn't that look awesome? It comes with Hulk's left leg, not just the foot. Sorry, I don't know why I keep going in and out of focus. Look at this beautiful detail, this gorgeous sculpt. Look at that. Unbelievable. Set that aside. Let's get Shuri and her Panther blasters out. Panther blaster. Set this aside. And let's take a look. Let's move in closer here. And look how gorgeous the sculpt on this figure is. The only thing really missing, I guess, is the purple braids that were in there. This beautiful war paint, beautiful sculpt. Let's see how much head articulation we have. Let's see. Wow, moves pretty far back. Look at that. Getting up to the skies. That moves pretty far down. Has great head articulation. Look at that. Very mobile. All right. So let's move this around. I guess this just pops on. Look at that. So she's got great arm movement. There's definitely that 90-degree angle single joint we talked about for a lot of female characters. Of course, she doesn't have armor on there, so to keep it thin like that, definitely have to look like that. It's got just, look at this beautiful detail and texture. Look at that. Okay, it moves here, just right around the rib cage. Look at the back of this figure. It looks absolutely great. Man, she looks awesome. Look at that. Tell me that's Isn't that incredibly amazing? So this, even though it's soft plastic and does move higher, does sort of restrict some of the movement and mobility in the legs. Now if you push it up, it looks kind of awkward. See? So you want to keep it low. There is good mobility in the legs. Now she doesn't once again need to be moving crazy like Spider-Man, so you do have that. But something I noticed was she's got these like sneakers on. Look at that. Because I'm like, what are those? So yeah, so she's got these tennis shoes. So that was interesting to see. You know, let me get up closer here, that we can get a better look instead of so far away and zooming in. But look, it's even got shoelaces, everything. But nonetheless, look at this beautiful detail. Moves up here at the leg, but this restricts it. I was like, let's see how much further we can bring it in. And we can definitely put her on a great pose. So let's see. Let's have her facing this way. Let's see if we can't. Well, you know what? I haven't even seen the. We can have her like that. But let's see these Panther blasters. Let's zoom. Let's focus. There we go. They look cool. I don't know how I feel about this necessarily coiling around like that, but obviously we just wanted to show it was blasting. And looks so great. I wish they would have done, Marvel Legends would have redone the Wakandan shields that they had for Captain America, because the ones that came with the action figure looked like they were from an early design that didn't make it to the movie, and I would love to have movie accurate design. So look at that. We can just pop these on. Now they do kind of lean down, so you'll have to put them up like that. Look at that. So we will definitely give her a strong power stance, because if you're blasting these, you probably need to bend your knees a little bit. I'm sure you would agree. And brace yourself for whatever sort of recoil you get. Look at that. There we go. Well, I don't want to spread her legs too crazy far, because then there we go. So that should look great. Look at that. Oops. I definitely wanted her to stand on her own too. So tell me that doesn't look outstanding. So we'll set her up right over here. And let's see. Well, I definitely don't want her leaning off to the side like that. There we go. There we go. All right. Wonder what I'm doing wrong. Let me see. I'm doing something wrong because she's. There we go. I was like, why does she keep leaning like that? Boom! That looks great. Let's just zoom in real quick. Absolutely outstanding. Okay, let's move on. Let's see who we got. Okay, so next, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really excited about this figure, but definitely gonna give him his due of a full review. And obviously a comic book figure of Rock Python. Take a look. You can judge for yourself. Here's the artwork on the side. Looks a little different. Look at that happy little snake. And then let's see what the back says. The back says, it says, Rock Python, a mercenary working out of Africa. Magula adopts the name Rock Python and joins the slithering villain enterprise known as Serpent Society. Now, of course, you remember back, there was a Serpent Society, a different character from the Serpent Society in the very first wave of the Avengers Infinity War. That one was pretty cool. This one, you know, it comes with Hulk's left arm. So we definitely need him for our set. Definitely let you judge for yourself. And look at this. Man, this is a beautiful sculpt. Again, there's a lot of love that was put into this Hulk. Look at this great looking hand. Look, there's even fingernails. It looks so great. So that looks absolutely outstanding. Figure out here. aside. And let's take a look. Zoom right on in here. And I always go the wrong way. There we go. Okay. So the head sculpt looks comic book accurate, I guess. Head has that much articulation, so it does have good articulation. They did a good job of, you know, making this look pretty interesting right here with the face and the teeth and the snarl. Don't know how I feel about the way the character was designed to begin with. You know, the gumdrop head that's supposed to look like a, you know, copperhead or whatever. He definitely ab crunches here, but he's a little loose, but he does have 2 click points which keep him there. He's loose, but he does not going to move beyond a certain point. He does have good strong shoulder builds. It's a well, I guess this one's a lot smoother than this one, but it definitely holds well. It only goes so far back because I guess this lip catches right here. This like purple and baby blue, you know, I'm a little undecided on how well that goes together. The wrists move well, the elbows move well. We got good mobility there, look at that. We have 2 hands that can hold stuff, but this one, the thumb looks attached, so this one's easier to put stuff in. We have that. We have this belt, which looks kind of rushed, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it's completely attached or just slides. It slides. And looks very rushed. Look at that. Okay, so we got good mobility in the legs. So we have a little bit of discoloration here. Alright. So we have a strong double joint. Legs, we definitely have an extra joint right here in the high part of the shin. And then there's good mobility here in the feet. I don't know, I think this is similar to our Blizzard figure that was in what the was it the Build-A-Figure for Hulkbuster, which, you know, definitely wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of either, but nonetheless we need him to complete our Build-A-Figure Hulk. Let's see what's the best pose I can get for this guy. He has no accessories, and let me tell you, if you're gonna have a figure like this who's lesser known, does not have an extra appealing, you know, design, then you definitely need to include some accessories, whether it's another head, you know, weapons, something, but you can't have them just with no accessories. Alright, so let's get him posed. Let's have him just kind of like monologuing. There we go. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I can't really get a good pose with this guy because he's not a very strong looking figure. But let's just bring him down, trying to act tough. Look at that. There we go. I guess that's gonna be the best we can do because just not a super wonderful figure. Alright, so we'll put him aside over here. We'll have him kind of just filling out the room. What do you say? Alright, so next we have Union Jack, and this is what I'm talking about. You're gonna bring us a comic book figure, you definitely need to bring it with the accessories and bring something that looks appealing to everyone. So this figure looks absolutely outstanding. Let's see the art on the sides. Look at that. Looks wonderful. Looks cool. Bring this is the same picture, just mirror image, right? Alright, and this looks like the same picture again. So let's read what it says back here. Union Jack.
Union Jack is a British operative, spy, and master of hand-to-hand combat, embroiled in the world of European politics.
And look at that. This long dagger, almost sword. This long blade, right? And then this handgun. Boom. Let's bring them on out. Let's see what we got here. We've got another arm for our Hulk figure. It's a beautiful color, beautiful sculpt. Beautiful build. There's a little bit of veining out going on. Look at that. Not massive veins, but some good vein action going. Look at that. It's beautiful, just beautiful hand sculpt. Everything. We're setting that aside. Bring our Union Jack out. And this looks like a very similar sculpt. Oh, okay. So no, this one would be more like the Blizzard one, but nonetheless, this figure is tons better than our Rock Python. Okay, so wow, look at it. The colors just pop off. Got those awesome eyes. And let's get these weapons out of here. Look at this. Oops, it's so soft it was just bent in there. Let's set this aside. I can't tell you how excited I am to look. Alright, sorry. Basically lost control of my camera. That was like, brr, knocked it and it went almost flying. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So let's start with the belt. And I'll tell you why. Because it's got these awesome places for the weapons. Look at that. Put that in there. And we can put this gun in here. In this holster. And something that's interesting is that, look at that. Is that it's got a little opening right here so we can slide all the way down. And we can actually are supposed to be able to close this over, which with enough effort I could, but nah, I don't need it to be in there. So let's take a closer look here. Let's bring them on in, and this beautiful paint job. Look at this awesome utility belt. Bring this down right here. And yeah, it's not like necessarily attached right there, but it looks like we have some chip parts of our paint. That's unfortunate, but overall it does look good. This incredible head articulation. Look at this. It is a lot looser than I would have liked. It's not like falling down, but it's like you just barely touch it and just goes flying. Look at that. So there we go. Moves in the high part of the bicep there. Definitely has double joints there. This is awesome. Moves almost mirror image except different hands. Moves back and forth here at the wrist. Some pretty awesome mobility. The ab crunch is incredible and goes really far back and forward. However, it is looser than I would have liked. It's just simply just like with little effort moving like that. It does move the waist, which is something that I'm a big fan of. Look at that. And then you got double joints at the knees. Moves the high part of the thigh. Definitely moves really well here at the hip. And then has this extra joint right here on the shin, so you can pose a lot better. And then here it moves extremely well. Look at that. On the ankle. And then these are attached. Oh, no, they're not. Thought they were. I don't like when they're... I'd rather it not be loose. I'd rather it be attached, but it's still... Everything still looks good. Because that means these probably aren't either, and they're not. But this figure looks really good. I'll give him that credit. And the gun can go in either hand, honestly, but it looks better in this one because this one has a trigger finger. So we're just gonna slide it in there. We're gonna move his finger to be right there in the trigger. Why'd I keep going out of focus? Sorry about that, guys. So look at that. And we can bring this down. We can put this big, huge dagger right here. We can have him look really menacing. Look at that. We can have him a little aggressive, leaning forward instead of leaning back. Look at that. And let's have him looking like this. And let's bring his elbow out. There we go. What do you think about that? And have him like sneaking around. Can bring his... Let's see. There we go. I was wondering why it wasn't coming out. The joint was just really tough. Let's have him leaning forward like that. There we go. All right. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, this figure looks great. Awesome. You know what? Actually, Thought maybe it'd be cool if we kind of have him back a little bit. Look at that. Doesn't that look outstanding? Got this awesome British flag painted on him too. I'll put him right over here. Look how great that looks. Let's give him a little bit of space. There we go. That looks outstanding. And yes! Alright, let's move on. Alright, so we have these two left before our Build-A-Figure. We have comic book Loki, and he looks definitely like you might remember from the comics, you know, and they did such a great job of making them look cool in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because, you know, there's some people might disagree on whether or not this outfit looks cool or not, but they definitely made it really lifelike and really believable, the outfit that he had in Thor and the other movies. So yeah, I especially like the outfit he had in both Infinity War and Thor Ragnarok. So alright, let's get him on out of here. Look how great this looks. Look at this. Unfortunately it's the same thing painted 3 times, but it would have been nice to have some other poses painted on there, but it still looks cool. Loki.
A devilish trickster, Loki uses whatever means necessary to give himself power and has little regard for what side of so-called justice he stands on.
And there he is with his dagger, right? Let's get him on out of here. Take a closer look. And he does not have a dagger here. He has a full-blown sword. So here's Hulk's other leg. So that's exciting. We just have one more figure to unbox. And look, let's see. Does this come out? We're gonna have to curve this out. I definitely don't want to break it. So let's get him out, and then we'll curve it around. Definitely don't want that cracking off. So, alright, so I'm sorry. This probably is a sword. It's just angled backwards and foreshortening here, and it's just the angle. So that's my bad. Ooh, why isn't this just attached? I don't necessarily want to have this just floating around, but whatever. Might glue it myself. Let's see what sort of head. Ooh, this is a really loose head, but nonetheless, moves pretty well. Those horns. I might want to custom paint this, because this actually looks like it would be cool if there was not just all the same color. I don't know how I feel about the scale look and it looking just like a lizard. This definitely looks like a Serpent Society figure. And then the scaled chones. But in any event, moves here at the waist. This belt is not attached. It's just slid on there. We got good ab crunching and it's nice and solid. Moves here. Got some good arm articulation and movement. Moves above the bicep. Has double joints here. Look at that. Definitely moves well at the wrist. Around and back and forward. Look at that. Way around. This needs to stay put. Look at this head sculpt. He definitely looks like he's up to something. I don't know about his hair flying up like that. I don't know if I permanently just want it flying up. I would have been fine with it down, but anyway, that's how this figure came. And then of course, wow, it's really loose here, but has double joints and does have good mobility. Also moves in the high part of the shin, and then has really outstanding ankle mobility, and it's nice and solid too. Now this one feels stuck. There we go. Just had to loosen it up a little bit. But these shin parts are like moving way too softly or easily. The problem with that is because how loose they are, sometimes it's difficult to have them standing in a pose that's not being supported. So let's get him with his sword. And I guess we can put this in either hand. Let's put it in this one. I'm right-handed, so he's right-handed. Okay. So I don't like that this just keeps flopping up, but you know, it's alright. Let's see. Let's get this going good. And it's almost like, look, this is too loose, so this keeps, it moves here and here, and anyway, let's bring this back to where it should be. And his legs are a little bit bowed out. I don't like that they're bowing in. I want them to be, you know, more straight, but it is what it is. Let's bring this sword down. And let's have him kind of like wanting to monologue. And there we go. That's probably way better. Look at that. That looks good. And then, you know, he's so proud of himself and thinks so highly of himself that that'll work good. I don't know how I feel about this flying ponytail to the side. I'm still a little undecided, but nonetheless, there he is. So that looks good. Look at that. All right, cool. Let's move on to our last figure. So I know I said last figure, but obviously, you know, box, because then we have our Build-A-Figure Hulk that we still have to do. We have 2 heads, which is outstanding. We don't normally get that in a Build-A-Figure package. We don't normally have 2 heads. We might have, you know, something else, but anyway, look at this awesome looking Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill looks outstanding. I always kind of dug this weird horse face, even though it is, but it isn't. There we are. And then I need to check to see if this is which hammer this is. Is this Stormbreaker? The comic book version? I'm gonna have to check that out. And so let's see what it says here on the back. Let's take a look. So yes, obviously, let me read this and then we'll talk about how he's from Corbin. He's a Corbinite, and then gets to, it'll say it right here. So it says,
Beta Ray Bill. After being released from suspended animation, Beta Ray Bill is transformed by a mystical enchantment on Mjolnir that grants him the powers and costume of Thor.
So yeah, as a Corbinite, he looks like this, and then when he gets the powers of Thor, he gets the suit, the helmet, everything, the thunder and lightning. And so then Odin, if I'm not mistaken, made him this, which is the actual Stormbreaker from the comics, before they made one for a different one for the MCU. But this one was for Beta Ray Bill. Look at this awesome artwork. Looks so great. And unfortunately, it's just the same thing 3 times, but looks super great. Let's get him on out of here. And man, let's take a look at these 2 Build-A-Figure heads. There we go. That's great. And I didn't know he was gonna have gray hair. Look at that. Interesting. And I know that he does, but I don't know if that's a little bit exaggerated, but whatever. Definitely still looks cool. And yeah, let's get our Beta Ray Bill out of here. Look at the Stormbreaker. Doesn't this look awesome? Definitely reminiscent of the comic books. Okay, let's get him on out of here. Push him out. And it looks like this cape does not come off. So we're gonna have to remove him and push the cape through, fold it and push it through so it doesn't tear off or get injured in removing him from the package. Ooh. Yeah, definitely. Squeeze it. Because look, it does have this to hold it in place, but it appears to be glued attached here. So let's put this back in there, and that way we won't tear it off. Let me set this box aside, because later we'll store it. And yeah, this looks absolutely great. Look at this. Let me come on closer. And this Beta Ray Bill looks absolutely outstanding. Look at this wonderful, wonderful head sculpt. And wow, I don't know if the head's supposed to move, but it almost looks like it has a joint here. And can't tell if it's fully a joint. And I think it is. Look at that. Let's see if I can get it to move on both sides. It is. And that is something you don't normally see. And if it's not, well, it is moving. Okay, it is. Just making sure, because I was like, let me zoom in here. And you see where there's a hinge. So yes. So that's outstanding. You don't normally see that in Marvel Legends. Where the mouth moves, obviously, because they're mainly humans. But look at that. This wonderful head articulation. Look at that. Wow, that's great. Look at that. This looks absolutely wonderful. Alright, and so these shoulder guards right here are going to restrict the arm from moving to a certain degree, but he still moves really well. Look at that. He's got a really hard clicking shoulder, but it does move well. Moves in the upper part of the bicep. It's got some great double joints here on the elbows. Ooh, this one's really stuck. Look at that. But moves well. He's only got 3 fingers and a thumb on each hand, which is supposed to be the case. Look at that. So that looks absolutely outstanding. He moves here at the waist. He does not ab crunch, but he turns also here and tilts slightly, but that's it. And then everything's just solid black here on the legs. Moves in the high part of the thigh. Has strong double joints here in the knees. This looks very reminiscent to perhaps just a Venom's legs. I don't know if it's thinner or if it is Venom's legs, but it definitely looks like Venom's legs without the paint job, but black obviously. Looks like the Venom's like shoes that we talked about, because they didn't look like Venom feet, they look like Venom shoes. And let me just say, this figure is absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. This Beta Ray Bill's got beautiful paint. Look at this. I love how that's metallic. I love his Thor's cape here. I love this Stormbreaker. And yeah, let me see. Let's see if we can put it in here. And let's roll this on in. Ooh, I guess let me just pull the fingers out like that. Maybe I can get him to hold it with both hands. So that would look cool. And that definitely does. Look at that. Tell me you don't love that right there. So the only reason I wanted to have him standing tall, but the only reason why I opted not to was because we could have the cape help him stand. See? So let me tilt his head back and tell me that doesn't look absolutely outstanding. Look at that. Beta Ray Bill. Absolutely. Oops. Absolutely outstanding. Let's bring him right on over here. And that looks so great. Wow. So awesome. Let's take one last look, and then we'll move on to our Build-A-Figure Hulk. It looks so great. Just outstanding. Okay, now let's move on to the part you and I have both been anxiously awaiting. Okay, here we go. This is our Professor Hulk Build-A-Figure set from this wonderful Marvel Legends, this complete set of Marvel Legends. We have 2 heads. Which one are we gonna want? Look at this. Man, this one would be maybe better for the old Hulk, and this one is for the new one, right? But let's see. Which one does it show on the outside of the package? Let me grab the package back. Here we are. And it shows what appears to be this one. It's a little different, but yep. Otherwise, but this one maybe fits the personality a little bit better. So, alright, we'll check out both. So we'll start with the Professor Hulk. Kind of this devious smile. Time travel! So, wow, interesting. So it doesn't have this part that comes like this, but it does have that like that. So we can at least tilt somewhat. Look at that. He's got kind of this little devilish smirk going on. Pop this arm right in here. Look at that. And man, this is a nice solid build a movement. Put that in there. Great sculpt. Look at that. Wow. Alright, let's pop this leg on right here. A lot of love was put into making this figure. I can tell you. And this is a great, absolutely amazing Build-A-Figure. Looks absolutely wonderful. And you know what? Another video where we need to compare him to our other Hulks and, you know, the other brands of Hulks too. So, look at that. Time travel! So, yep. It would even be awesome if this wasn't even a fist, since he's not like a smash 'em up Hulk, you know? We never really got to see him do any damage, and he was wearing his white tank top. So let's take a closer look. And man, does he look awesome. Too bad his face isn't made out of the same material. Look at that, because it's clearly like This is like harder, glossier plastic, or this is more of a matte finish. But man, look at this absolutely outstanding detail. Beautiful paint job. Look at this just bulging muscles. It's got great mobility, nice fluid motion. Solid build, fluid motion. That's what it is. So I was always saying it wrong. Look at this awesome movement on the wrists. This is almost a mirror image right here. Arm. And this great, just clawing hand like that. Look at that. It's gonna be curtains for you. Turns right here at the waist, and doesn't necessarily have a traditional ab crunch, but this does allow him to tilt and ab crunch there. Look at that. So, and it does it outstandingly. We have double joints here at the legs, but it's not going to move too much because it's just big bulky leg. Turns on the high part of the thigh where we attached it, and has great hip movement. Look at that. It's a little looser than I would have liked because it may be hard to hold some poses, but look, the feet move outstanding, and there's tilt and pivot and everything. So let's see. Let's bring his legs in a little bit because he's a lot more sophisticated than we're used to seeing the Hulk. Look at that. So we'll just have him there kind of smirking. If it was this head, it would look like that. So, let's see what that would look like. Let's just pop this on. And this is after he lost Natasha, I guess. Look at that. But he doesn't really look mean or mad. He looks downtrodden. So I'm gonna put the other one back. That's for now. And let's open up the arms a little bit. There we go. Doesn't that look amazing? All right. So guys, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe below, hit the notification bell next to it so you get notified every time we have a new video come out. Talk to us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, tell us which one of these you like, which one of these you already have, where you watch from in the world, you name it. Talk to us about whatever you want. We read all of our comments and we try to get back to as many as we can. So guys, until next time, thanks for watching Vince and Gigi's Super Channel G. Peace.